What is good, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk. As always, my name is Jake. Today we break down the ongoing war between Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube. For the first time, though, I'm bringing you guys some numbers just to show you how far Mixer truly is behind, how long this war will have to go for Mixer to even catch up and have a shot in that same war. Now, I must preface by saying I like all three streaming platforms. You guys have certainly left dozens and hundreds of comments out there why you like such platform, and they do all have a variety of their downsides and their upsides. I've already touched on that on Twitter. Also, before we get into the video, guys, I think there are a lot of people out there that are breaking down this battle very fairly. Devin Nash has been one of them. I am super curious what he thinks about this. I think he's a big backer of the YouTube streaming platform and why it does make sense, and that's why I'm showing you guys today just how far behind Mixer is and why Twitch and YouTube might really be the real war out there. And also, keep in mind, we're going to touch on very quickly the numbers from the last quarter, so that does mean it's only going to actually include up to Ninja's move to Mixer and a lot of it. So that's obviously a big flux of viewership to Mixer. It does not include, though, Goth going there as well as Shroud. So keep in mind these numbers are a bit behind when it comes to last quarter reports. When quarter 4 of this year does come out, I might have an update video for all of you guys. These are the numbers from last quarter, and so it does not include Goth the Mixer, Ninja. It does include Shroud. It does not include Courage to YouTube, not included either. But it gives us a good eye as to what Mixer has to do to actually stand a chance in the future. And they have to do a lot. And I think there have been subtly misleading titles. Although the title does make sense, it does say Mixer is the second most popular streaming platform, and that does mean based off the hours streamed on the platform. Very, very kind of a crucial twist of words there, because when it comes to actually hours watched, which in most cases I think is actually what matters, us watching, the millions of hours watched on a platform matters much more. I think the viewership matters much more than the streamers on a platform in terms of what platform will actually survive. You need viewers. You're always going to have streamers. The more viewers, the better the platform is doing. I think that's a fair assessment to make. So Mixer is the second most popular platform when it comes to the number of streamers they have, the number of hours streamed. When it comes to hours watched and the viewers who are actually watching the content, they are a very distant third. As I show you guys on screen just how far Twitch is ahead. Get these numbers right, because they're crazy. Twitch in the last quarter alone had over 2.5 billion hours watched with 87 million hours streamed. 87 million hours being the hours that people streamed, 2.5 billion hours being the hours that were watched. And again, that's the metric I think is more important. The viewership, the number of hours people spend on your platform watching your content, to me is a very important metric. We can compare that to YouTube, though. YouTube is still very impressive. Over 670 million hours watched in the platform. And here's what's really impressive, just over 11 million hours streamed. So when it comes time for comparing the number of hours streamed compared to the number of hours watched, the return that YouTube gets based off the few streamers or the few million hours they do get streamed, their return in viewership has been pretty impeccable. And we'll compare that further on to Mixer as well, who, by the way, I mean, they have just over 90 million hours watched and over 32 million hours streamed, which is an obvious sign of the influx of times of people going to Mixer to try and stream and try and be the next Twitch or YouTube streamer on Mixer, right? You have Ninja go there, you have Shroud go there, Goth go there. All of a sudden, everyone thinks that's the new platform they want to start on, and that's why Mixer has more hours streamed by streamers than even YouTube does in the last quarter. That's pretty shocking. Even more shocking when you compare that number, though, is the number of viewership on Mixer is just so far behind. Even though they have more streamers on the platform streaming millions of hours more than YouTube, even compared to YouTube, they are so far behind. And a very quick way to put it is this: based off those numbers, Mixer has 3 times the amount of time streamed on their platform than YouTube, but less than 1/20th of the actual viewership people watching those streams. They have nearly a third of the time streamed as Twitch does, but less than 1/78th of the people actually watching those streams, which equates to just over 1% of the viewership. They have nearly 33% of the millions of hours streamed, but less than 1% of the viewership, and that is how far behind they seriously are. Now, when we talk about the Courage to YouTube movement, Devin also touched on this as well. I think it does make sense for a platform out there, which I've touched on the triangle of what they do all offer in a very, very basic sense. I haven't gone into great detail about this. To me, obviously Twitch, they have the viewers, we've already proved that, and they have the Prime subs, which is a great streaming income for a lot of streamers who want to stick on that platform. Mixer, I would say they have high quality. They do have a lot of downsides in terms of VODs and clips we'll not get into. The quality on Mixer is impeccable. YouTube, their main positive here is they have a place for you to actually have videos and streams and VODs, all of your content in one place, which I do think, according to Devin Nash as well, I think he will back this up as well, it does make a lot of sense. And when you look at all three of these platforms so far, the viewership is still there for Twitch. They are the king. They are the titan. Less than 1% of Mixer viewership compared to Twitch. When we look at YouTube, though, their return of viewership, the few streamers they have, the viewers they do get, the viewer base they have is impeccable compared to the few amount of streamers they do have compared to Twitch. And then when you look at Mixer, they have a ton of streamers, and that's just about it. Not a lot of viewership still. We're going to wait for Q4 reports out there, but still, I think these numbers do very well prove. Yes, we have seen a lot of big streamers so far go to YouTube or go to Mixer or still re-sign with Twitch. When it comes to the overall battle, though, the numbers are very clear. Mixer is not even close to this fight. And at this rate in time, yes, we've actually heard, thanks to Slasher, apparently the Loaded agency, I do believe, has plenty of streamers who will be moving to Mixer. Pokimane, Lyric, Summit, Tim is a part of that. I don't think Tim will leave Twitch, but there are certainly plenty of streamers who still could leave Twitch to Mixer, and that flips a lot of viewership. But when it comes to comparing 2.5 billion hours watched to 90 million hours watched, 1/78th of that viewership, you're gonna have to sign a lot more streamers for Mixer to even have a chance. And YouTube is now in the game as well, and they're stealing your talent on top of everything. Mixer is so far behind. The battle does continue, but they need a lot more. Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy the breakdown of this war. If you guys did, feel free to leave a comment. As always, I do break down a ton of stories here. If you guys want it covered, feel free to drop me a DM or a comment down below. I will cover your story as soon as possible. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Goodbye.